Just a
I
little.
have a question
Y'all niggas be
for
reading
the
out of a damn book.
non-twerker believers. What is wrong with twerking precisely? I'm just curious.
In
What
person, I
that's
mean,
against
in
twerking?
public,
Like, what's wrong with twerking?
in public, like at a party, or it just depends on where.
I mean, you out with your friends, and I mean, of course, like online when you just video and twerking and got your ass in the camera, that's a bit much. But like, if you outside dancing with your friends and dropping it like it's hot, like, what's wrong with that?
Well, I'm gonna let Lady Di, because I know she's going next. So go ahead, Lady Di. Do you want to answer that question and give your take on this?
So I think of like, so if you're twerking in public, you're just talking about with your friends, minding your business. If you're just with females and you guys are hanging out, I look at like there are men that are watching. So you have to watch your surroundings. So I don't think it's safe to twerk in public. So that's my answer to that. Even though you could have pepper spray and all this stuff, you know, it's still not the same. Like men could come and, you know, trash your whole party that you're having to yourself. And then, you know, there's going to be some type of situation where you got to call the cops. So I'm not into all of that. I think it's not safe. But do as you please. As far as what's her name? Jill Scott. I just think like with Mr. Let Go, and I think Andrea was saying as far as like in her space. So she's I guess divorced or separated. So women that are older and they've been there, done that situation already, some of them, they're not looking for no marriage. So for her to explain that she just wants to have sex, that's just what she wants to do because she ain't trying to get married, especially if she's saying it in like in a public platform. Like I can't, for example, I'm married. I can't see myself just saying I like to have sex. And if I did, it could have been maybe to teach other wives to have sex with their husband because sometimes they not doing it. Yeah. But I wouldn't just like talk about it freely on a video and it's going to be posted everywhere because now what you just invited was men to come to your DMs. The men that you was fucking with, they going to text you. All of this stuff, you're just inviting men to come. So you wanted to say something?
Whenever you finish, I want to be next because I want to remember what I gotta say. So whenever you finish.
So it's like I'm all about. I don't need no niggas coming up to me. So y'all can stay over there. Even when I was single, I don't like all that because I don't know what you're trying to do, what you want to do. Like I'm not trying to get the wrong attention. So we do know there are men that just want to have sex, and there's men who may want a relationship, but they don't know yet because they still trying to figure it out. And then you got husbands, men that want to be husbands. I don't got time to look at 3 different type of men to see what it is that you want. So I would conduct myself into a space, not like a robot, what the fuck Mr. Let Go talking about, but conduct myself in a space where I look respectable. So look respectable. I talk a certain way. Like I'm not just blending in with hoes, if that makes sense. We all are different. You got women who want to have sex and be free. Cool. I'm not like that. So how can a man see who he want to be with as far as a wife? There are men who look at wives a certain way. So if he look at me and I'm looking like her and she's a hoe and I'm not, that would be kind of weird for that man to choose and pick who it is that he wants. Some men don't want to marry women who are free like that. So I want to make sure I set myself apart to be in that space of marriage. I'm talking about marriage. If you don't want marriage, then you basically do what you want.
And that's the point right there. She don't want that.
Yeah, that's different. Like she don't want. She been married, been there, done that. She got a kid or whatever. She's not interested. So she gonna have sex with whoever she want. 3 men, 4 men, it don't even matter. But it really don't matter because she not married. She don't got a man like who's checking for her in the space. She don't want it. So it's kind of like I can't be mad that she said that. I'm glad that she's honest. And now it shows like the men who want to be married don't marry her because she don't want
it. The demonization of women.
So this goes back. Are you done? I don't want to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
This goes back to like us saying that us moving accordingly just to, you know, make everything good for men. Like, it really saddens me that you're saying that you would not twerk if you wanted to or have fun with your friends because you would be scared that somebody would try to harm you or treat you like a hoe or something like that. That's gonna happen regardless if that's within that person to do that to you. You can tell the guy you don't want to give him their number and you can gonna get harmed. So
that's not a good point because
really
I could walk
sucks.
outside and get hit. That's not a good point. I could walk outside and get hit.
Exactly, but that's not what we was talking about. We was talking
But it
about,
ain't had nothing to do with you twerking, is what she's saying.
we're talking about, you know, you not partaking in such because you don't want to put yourself in a position for somebody to look at you a certain way. That's like, oh, I'm not gonna dress provocative or I'm not gonna wear something because I don't want to be raped. Oh, that person got raped because, or they mess with a.
Try not to say that word. Try not to say that
I'm
word.
so sorry. The you know, I forgot the correct word, but whatever, because you're dressing provocatively,
Right.
so you seduce that person to do, like, that's kind of that thought process to me. But
can I say something
what I'm saying is that obviously I can't control what people want to do. I'm just not gonna put myself in a position where it can happen. Like, it can happen when I'm fully clothed. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. That's illogical. I'm saying that I'm not gonna sit here and like show my ass twerking in front of men who may want some. That's like putting myself in danger. Did I say I can't have fun? Sure, I can have fun and twerk somewhere else, but I ain't gonna do it out on the street, in the gas station, or wherever the hell I'm at having fun at that moment. That's fun. Like, it's cool. I get it. Like, the beat is popping and everything. The music's going. You just want to have a good time. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm with you on that. But that's not the right place and the right time. There's a right place and time for stuff. And it's not.
Is there a designated twerking area where you only twerk in the designated?
Can I say something real quick?
Not outside.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, one at a time. Let's get Andrea and Rufin now.
So
let me go after her.
So I feel like y'all think that, like, because she was talking like that means that she's sleeping around with different men, like you were saying, like 2, 3, or 4, whatever, and then let go saying like, yeah, she's not interested in getting married. No, she could be in a relationship and talking about the relationship that she has with her man, and she enjoys having sex with her man. So it's like, I don't know why y'all think, because it's so weird how our minds, like, we just put people in boxes. It's so crazy how we don't allow people to have layers and nuance. It's wild. But I mean, she could very well be talking about the relationship that she has with someone right now that she's living with, whether she's married or not. She could be in a relationship and enjoy having sex with her partner. So I think for us to assume, because women are talking about how they enjoy intimate interactions with their partner or whoever, we just immediately label them as a hoe because they're talking about it publicly, or we label them as being like spreading themselves all over. Like, I think that's kind of wild.
I mean, I can relate to what Jill Scott is saying. That's why I said it's not what she said, it's who she said it to. Like you said, proper place and proper time. And personally, as far as twerking, I don't want to disrespect myself. So it's not about how I look. It's about, I don't want to disrespect myself and me in front of God. I'm not trying to do that. So it's not to say that when I was younger, I didn't try it. But some things you realize is just not you. And I don't understand, like, just because you don't twerk doesn't mean you're not free. Doesn't mean that you're not being yourself. Like, we need to stop connecting ourselves to certain things. If that's not really you, you should be free to say, I don't twerk. I don't want to. Or I do it in my house.
But we shouldn't judge other people for doing it. If someone decides they want to go out,
you get judged for twerking.
I'm not judging anybody. Well, we're specifically referring to, because I wasn't even the person who brought up twerking. Somebody else brought up twerking and started penalizing it like it meant like, oh, she's twerking. That means that like, y'all need to really cut that out.
Exactly.
Like, it's nothing wrong with people who are okay with being their bold,
being themselves,
and loud self. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And I need for you guys to realize when it comes to the way that y'all look at marriage is so weird for heterosexual people. It's crazy. So it's like y'all try to put this mask on to pretend to be something else to catch someone. So you're hiding yourself to get this person. Y'all don't find that to be like kind of like weird? Like, why would you want to? Then you have to keep up this act and this facade this whole time. Do y'all realize there are men out there who will love you for who you are? Do y'all know that? Do y'all know there are men that will marry you for who you are, and they will
But why
not
you say it's hiding? Like if I said
It's hiding in a way. It's hiding in a way.
Don't mean I don't twerk.
One mic, y'all. One mic.
But what I'm saying is, Andrea, you saying hiding, but how do you know wives or whoever you talking about specifically are not doing these things behind closed doors with their man, as if they hiding there? They're not hiding with their man behind closed doors. All that free shit you talking about, they doing already. So what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is you just sat here and said what I'm talking about is you just sat here and said, you know, I'm gonna be in a room with all the girls. I want to stand out. I want to be different. So I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. So it's giving off the impression that you're trying to be this image of this person to stand out to whom? Are you walking around to impress men, or are you walking around to enjoy yourself? Are you there because you want to be there and have fun with your friends or whoever? Or are you trying to like keep up this kind of like this image when behind closed doors, you know how to twerk, you know how to throw your ass back better than anybody else, but you're acting like you acting like you can't be that without the fear of somebody like attack. Like, I don't know, like y'all got it. Like,
I said that I didn't want to blend. I said I don't want to blend in with whole like behavior. So there are women, I'm not talking about you or whoever on this panel. There are women who twerk and they are sexually active with multiple men. So I'm saying that I don't want to blend in with that. That's what I said.
Wait, did you compare twerking to
twerking was sexually active with multiple men?
Because I was going to say before you even said that, you keep connecting twerking to being a hoe, which goes back to what, like, it's kind of like
women like to twerk.
So at that point, are you trying to act better than other women in the club and you're not a hoe because you're not twerking?
I didn't say in the club. Someone asked me, where should you twerk? I said the club.
In the designated twerking area.
I said you're not twerking in public, like outside in the street. You at a club, you there to dance. That's stupid. Of course you could twerk.
Who's twerking in the middle of the street? Nobody was talking about twerking.
There was some ladies who was twerking on top of an ambulance while they was trying to.
No. We out of context.
Hold on, y'all. We're going all over the place with this twerking.
Jay West was saying twerking in the club, and Lady Di, you unmuted and said she needs to find a designated twerking area to twerk in. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
She said,
I didn't hear the club. I'm thinking y'all talking about in public. I said gas station. My statement. I said gas station.
She literally said her and her homegirls are in the club twerking. What's wrong with that? And you started telling her to twerk over in the corner or something. I'm like, okay.
Hold on, Ruth. We got to go to Bruiser because Bruiser was next.
So what I would say is this: your character. Everybody is an influencer in some capacity, and your character is important. You know, you gotta consider your daughters. You know what I'm saying? Children that watch you, children that look up to you, and we gotta be honest. Most people associate popping your ass and your pussy with a negative connotation. So if you can get yourself to be considerate of other people, especially, you know, your daughters, if you plan to have daughters, we got to look past just being married, just ourselves, position ourselves to be wise in the future. You also got to think about, do you want to have children? You know, do you want your daughter out there doing that? And think of how it makes her look. So just try to be more compassionate about your character and your image. Yes, if you want to do things like that, you should consider your image. You know what I'm saying? Impression is everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to make a good impression on people when you encounter them, especially if you want to involve yourself in business and other things like that. So you got to consider all those things.
Bruiser, all of our daughters are going to be out twerking in a club. Like, stop it.
That's disingenuous to say.
Speak for yourself. Speak for your daughter may be out there.
Are we at a job interview or are we at the Beyonce? What are we doing? Are we listening to Beyonce? Or are we
what the hell is wrong with y'all?
Let your daughter go be twerking out there in front of ambulances and shit, shaking her ass, popping that thing.
I said in the club, just dancing like women like to dance. You actually, your daughter isn't going to want to dance.
Part of the reason why Candace is married a white man anyway.
Your daughter